Welcome to the Happy Hour Show. My name is Alan Chamo. As always, Wednesdays, happy hour. So happy to be here. If you can hear me, go like this. I want to see everybody. Go ahead, go like this. Hey guys, good to see you. Thank you for joining. For those of you joining on YouTube, drop a line on the comment. I would love to see you. Actually, I cannot see you, but I can check your comments. And if it's your first time, put new on the comments. Give us a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe to the channel. Awesome. Great. So let's see the gallery view, everybody. Hello. Hi. We have Eric and Sandra and Paul. Hey, turn on your cameras. Turn your cameras. This is audience participation. I would love to see you as well as you can see me. Yeah, there you go. I'm also having a horrible day, a hair day myself. Mark, you have a cat today. Let me see if I can actually see you guys. Let me put it here. And there you go. There you are. Beautiful. There you go. We have, Mark, you have a cat today. So you're switching the animals. This is great. Eric, walking, good that you're wearing a mask. That's awesome. All right, so let's start the show. I have with me Ryan, as always. What's up, Ryan?
How you doing, Alan? It's great to see you. You have had quite a week, from what I understand.
I did. I had quite a week.
Glad to have you back here.
Thank you. For those of you who don't know, exactly last Wednesday, I had our baby. I mean, not me, my wife had it. I didn't do much, but I was supporting. So Maya was born exactly a week ago. She's so cute. Maybe I'll introduce her in a moment. Very exciting.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much. How are you over there?
Doing great. You know, the weather in Vegas has been pretty crazy. We had about 3 days of 80 degrees, and then it shot back down into the 60s, 59, 60. So it's been cold outside, but I think it's climbing back up. So things are nice out here in Vegas. The town is busy. It's been an incredible weekend of March Madness and stuff going on. So Vegas is looking good. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
So you're getting action in Vegas?
Yeah, it's packed. The town is packed.
Ah, that's
Really
great.
is.
Wow. Great to a point. But hey, we need to get back. We need to get back, you know?
Yeah, the only thing that's not back are the big concerts, you know, all the big shows and the big audiences, and that's what I do. So it's maybe back for the casinos, that's for sure, but it's not back for live concerts. So
It's
when
gonna
that's
be back
back,
soon.
then we're really back.
Are you vaccinated? That's the new question, by the way, when you see somebody's like, hey, are you vaccinated?
Hey, you vaccinated? Can we talk? I'm not. I'm not even eligible for the vaccine. It goes by age and all that out here and what industry you're in. I could probably pull a string or two and get it, but I'll just wait my turn. If if they're going to require it for traveling, then I'll have no choice and I'll get it. Sure.
Yeah, I actually got it. I went the other day to Publix. It was 7:40 p.m. I picked up a chicken, walked next to the pharmacy, and it's like, hey, you guys giving any vaccinations? Like, yeah. Did everybody showed up for today? Like, no, I have actually, somebody didn't show up. I have one left. Like,
Really?
can I have it? Like, sure. Poop. I got a vaccination. Even
Did
the
you get one for
chicken got a lot of vaccinations as well.
You got one for the chicken too. I knew that was coming. That's great. Yeah. All right. Well, good. And no side effects. You're feeling good.
What?
You're not,
What?
Yeah.
What?
You look fine. You seem okay.
Yeah, all good, all good. It was
All
fun.
right.
All right, we have a great show today. I actually wanted to tell you, tomorrow I'm doing a very special show. This is a show to help fundraise for children, homeless children in the Miami Beach public schools. And it's sponsored by the city of Miami Beach, by the Chamber of Commerce. The mayor is participating in it as well. So tomorrow, 6 p.m., if you would like to sign up and at the same time contribute and help these children, you can do so. We're going to put it in the chat. We're going to put the link so you can sign up. It's tomorrow at 6 p.m. on Zoom. There you go. You have the Zoom, the link on the chat over there. So hopefully you can join. It's going to be a full show, super fun. Actually, let me show you everybody a minute from tomorrow's show, because part of it is pre-recorded. So let me show it to you real quick. All right, you guys want to see?
Over there.
Huh? I have so many
time
moving
machine over there to show us a clip of tomorrow's show. Okay, great.
It's a time machine because part of the show is actually pre-recorded because we did it with the mayor and other parts, and part of the show is live. So I'm going to show you right now the pre-recorded live. If I can find it here, can we see? There we go. Let me just play it. Hopefully everybody will be able to see it and hear it. If you cannot hear it by any chance, put it in the chat so I know. There we go. All right. Could you hear it?
I couldn't hear it through the eCam system, but I think it's coming out on Zoom.
Yeah, okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody saw it. So that was with the mayor. It was super fun. We did some recordings with other families. So I'm very excited about tomorrow. Hopefully you can make it. We're going to have so much fun. Hey, let's get it today. Since I was so busy with the baby and this show that is coming up tomorrow and we're recording, we're going to go straight to our guest. We have such an amazing guest. I had the chance to work with her in the past. Let me tell you, she's super funny. We are always so excited when we have comedians. And as always, we're going to unmute some of you on Zoom. So I'm going to first select a few to unmute. So please, if I'm unmuting you, be aware that you are unmuted, okay? So the idea is for the comedian to be able to hear you laugh, to hear your reactions, okay? So if you see now a pop-up that says ask to unmute, go ahead and unmute yourself, okay? And unmute yourself only if you know that you can control the volume. Otherwise, you know, don't bother. Vane, come. She's bringing the baby, so I'm going to also introduce the baby before I introduce our special guest. Let me just, because some of you were with me when we did the baby reveal, so I figured, there's the mom.
Hello. Wow. She just ate.
Oh, she just. Here we go.
Oh.
She has. Okay. She has strong lungs, very strong.
A little camera shy. That's okay.
Camera shy. We're gonna have to train her a little bit.
Yeah, she'll get there. Congratulations! What a beautiful little baby. Gosh.
Thank you. Yes,
lucky,
we are very happy.
Lucky man, Alan. Good job.
All right. Yes. Okay, so Cory might have also baby sounds during the performance. I'm sorry about that.
Right.
All right. So if you see that it pops up, ask to unmute, then unmute yourself only if you know that you can control the sound. So now, let me introduce our special guest for today. She's coming to you on Zoom. There we go. Tonight, comedian has appeared on Colbert, Letterman, Conan, and she and I loved hanging out on Holland America because we got to be the youngest people on the ship. She specifically asked me to say that. Please give some love to Cory Kahaney.
Sharon, you can unmute.
Woohoo!
Woo! Unmute Sharon. How you doing, everybody? It's so great to be here, and it's true. I had such a good time hanging out with Alan. We were jailbait on that cruise. No, no one was under 65, and so we felt like spring chickens. It was a lot of fun. Alan, I made a really big I turned a corner in my career during this pandemic. I don't know if you know. I've decided I no longer want to be famous. I just want to be hydrated. And I think that might be right, Shelley? That might be attainable. Yeah, might happen. And I'm feeling really good today. You caught me on a great day because I just extended my car warranty. This lovely woman called and helped me out with that.
Oh no.
I got on the scale and you know,
Uh-oh.
I wanted to see if it was the full COVID-19 or the COVID-12, and it was the COVID-11. And ordinarily, I would take a razor blade, but you know what? A few weeks ago, I had a birthday, and one of my presents was I got a Ancestry DNA kit. And can I tell you, women in particular, pay attention. I found out something so revealing. It makes so much sense now. I found out that I am a direct descendant of one of the lost tribes of Israel. Yes, the cellulites. I'm a cellulite. And so I live in New York City. I live in a building with all seniors, which means I'm very comfortable on cruise ships. And the other good thing about living in a building with all seniors is there's always somebody there to sign for packages, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, that used to be a good deal when I was traveling 22 weeks ago, but now it's so funny because now sometimes they knock on my door, like UPS knocked on my door and they wanted me to sign for my neighbor, which never happened before. And of course I'm going to sign. She's a nice woman. And I go to sign, but I could see on the box what she was getting. She was getting a commode attached to a walker. Are you paying attention?
What?
That, Barbara? A commode. If you're under 40, a potty, a potty. You must be under 40. You look So I looked at the UPS guy and I said, if this woman needs a commode attached to a walker, why is she not home? Right? It's amazing. You can buy anything online. You really can. I mean, could you imagine trying to do this pandemic without without the computer? We would have been lost, you know. I love to shop online. It's become a little bit of an addiction. How about you, Barbara? Is that an addiction?
Oh yeah.
It's the only thing I don't like about shopping online is when you get to that last page and you're going to pay. You know what I'm talking about, Paul? You know where you're checking out and they ask you if you have a promo code,
Right.
which tells you something. It tells you somebody has a promo code.
There is one.
And that's it. That ruins my day. That makes me crazy. Now I got to get my other devices. You know, I try to find the promo. I Google the promo code. You've done this, right? You Google the promo code. Barbara Rubin, you ever Google the promo? It's never right. Whatever you come up
I
with.
don't know where there's a promo code. You never know where it is.
You can Google the promo code, right? You know, like promo code for, you know, for socks or something. And whatever you come up with, it's never right. You type it in and it says invalid code or expired code. Do you want to know something, Sharon? One time I was so determined to get a discount. I just sat there for an hour making up codes.
By the way, that lady, she went to the urologist and the gastroenterologist. That's why she wasn't home.
Because she needed the code?
No, the one with the commode, you know, and the walker.
My neighbor.
Yeah, she wasn't home because she went to the urologist and then had a gastroenterologist appointment after.
Oh, I see.
That's why she wasn't home.
Yes.
Probably went, you know, to a wheelchair.
Honestly, when I said I was trying, I just made up. I was like sale 20, sale 15, spring 20, spring 15. I save, you save, we all. But finally, Mark, I typed in "eat me" and I got 15% off. So you can try that.
Right, there you go.
It works. Also, I'm glad you're interested in this subject. Also, I'm trying not to order everything from Amazon because they are such a monopoly. And also,
Yeah.
I cannot handle the number of emails that I get from Amazon. It's almost abusive. You know what it's like? You order from Amazon, 30 seconds, you get an email. We got your order. Your order's in a box. Your order's on the truck. Your order's going to be there tomorrow. It's going to be correction. Your order's going to be there at 3:45. Your order's there. Do you want to reorder? It's so many emails. I got one. Would people have questions about your order? Would you be able to answer some questions about your order? I'm like, questions? It was tinfoil. What kind of questions?
And then Alexa says, last month you ordered blah, blah. Do you want to order it again? I bet you need it.
Oh, you think they're tied into Amazon? Well, they are.
It is,
Alexa
yes.
is Amazon.
Yes. So you're completely, it's like you're married to them, right?
Yes.
Also, have you noticed this? It does, again, not Amazon, but everywhere you go, everything you do, everything you buy, a week later you get an email asking you for feedback, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yes.
But go on Facebook.
Tell us how we're doing. How can we do a better job? Excuse me, when did I become human resources? I don't understand. Was there a meeting, and did people our customer service sucks. Well, should we bring in an expert? No. Let's just ask Cory. Let's ask her. Because I bet while she's getting her nails done, she could come up with an idea to save the company.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I understand why they do this. You know why they do this. Because they want you to write reviews.
Right.
Right.
They want you to write reviews.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'll ask you. Do you read the reviews, Barbara? Two Barbaras.
Yes.
Sometimes
Yes, I do.
reviews on certain things that I might be interested in buying,
Yeah.
but there's no doubt about it. I always get where I have to give a response every time I bought something.
I don't.
So I need you to, I'm going to tell you a little secret. Stop reading the reviews, and I'll tell you why. I write reviews, and you don't, you should never trust me. I'll tell you something that happened. So at the beginning of the summer, my husband wanted to buy a hat for hiking, with like a little bit of mesh.
Yep.
And $25 hat.
Bring in
And the carrying on my husband did. I mean, when he makes a purchase, the amount of effort he does to research weeks. It's like he's planning a bank heist when he's when he's buying something. So he was reading every review, and I couldn't take it anymore. So I wrote a review, and this is actually a review on Amazon. And by the way, Mark, I didn't want to oversell it, so I just wrote pretty good hat. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to. This is the best hat I have ever bought. I've been wearing it on my head for 2 weeks, and now my life is completely different. My wife and kids moved back in with me because the guy she left me for wore the lesser quality knockoff version of this hat. Since getting this hat, I got a promotion, a raise, and a corner office. I can now bench press 315 pounds, and my eczema has completely disappeared. Whenever I wear my hat, my IQ rises by 37 points, and my penis doubles in size.
Oh, that'll do it right there.
This hat has given me the life I always wanted, but never thought I deserved. Beware of imitation hats that cost $2 or $3 less. This is the hat to make your dreams come true. Yes.
Did they offer you a job?
No, but my husband bought the hat, so that was. It worked out great. The only store that I do go to, and I'm sure you have it. Is everybody in Florida? Where is everybody?
I'm in Atlanta.
What is going on with Eric? Are you you're taking us on like a walk in the rain? Where are you, Eric?
Oh,
I'm in Brooklyn.
Oh, you're in Brooklyn. Okay, yeah. So it is raining in New York. Who's in?
I'm picking up dinner for my wife.
You're very nice. Okay, where are you? Who's in Atlanta?
me, Barbara.
Barbara, how's it going there?
Beautiful day.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's my
Where are
my
you?
second year here.
Oh, you like it? Where did you come from? Where were you before?
Well, the last place I was Maryland, right outside of DC.
Yeah.
But I'm
All right.
originally from upstate, Catskill.
Okay. How
Yeah.
did you find Alan Chamo?
Eventbrite.
Right.
I
Nice.
found everything on Eventbrite. It has become my life.
I don't think I've ever actually. My mother constantly sends me links to Eventbrite, and I think she thinks again that I have a lot of time on my hands. You know, like those people who want me to write reviews. I recently wrote back to my mother. I said, you know what? Instead of sending me all these great suggestions, why don't you send me some delicate tangled jewelry that I could unknot for you? Because clearly you think I have nothing. So the only store I still go to is the Trader Joe's. Are you familiar with the Trader Joe's?
Yeah.
But I've never been in there.
I mean, by the way, guys, Mark and Paul, if you ever feel like you're not being heard in your relationships, go to Trader Joe's. Because these women,
they hear you.
they listen. Yes, they hear you and they listen. They care. Yes. Come on, girls, you've ever been to the cash register at Trader Joe's? They will look at you with so much empathy. It's magical. Did you find everything that you were looking for today?
At least I didn't send you an email.
And I always feel vulnerable. You know, I'm like, well, I never got unconditional love from my mother.
At least they don't ask you to write a review.
At least they don't ask me to write. But you know what the woman said when I said I've never got unconditional love from my mother? She said, "Did you look in Frozen?" And it was so good that I gave her a hug, and then we sang Frozen. Let it go. Oh my God. My mother is going through a very interesting phase. I don't know if anybody else has this. She has an entirely different recollection of my childhood than I do. We were before the pandemic, we were at a family function, and my mother was telling this adorable story of when we were kids, and it was a familiar story, but it wasn't us. And I just waited until I was driving her home, and I said, you know, Mommy, that wasn't us. That was the Waltons. And I saw the group, and I was like, I can do the Waltons. You'll all know that, right? I see Sandra Hertz. What's your name, sir? But you're not Sandra. Oh, you're muted. Can you unmute? I don't know if they'll let you.
Yeah.
I'm Martin.
What's your name?
Martin.
Hi, Martin. How you doing? Where are you?
I'm in Florida,
You're in what town?
Western Florida. I'm Alan's cousin.
Very nice. You're Alan's cousin.
Yeah, he paid me to come.
Such a liar.
So, Martin, do you? This is like your way of like you get to say I had time with my family when you come to the show. It's great.
That's right.
Yes. It kills two birds with one stone.
Correct.
We are all a big family here.
Yes. Is anybody else
It's back.
connected to Israel? I mean, I guess Martin, you must be because Alan's your cousin.
Yes, I've been there.
Yeah. You too, Barbara? Barbara?
I worked as a volunteer in 1976 as the first dental hygienist on a kibbutz for 3 months.
Oh, wow.
That almost sounds like it was out of a screenplay.
Yeah.
Dental
In New York, when
hygienist from a kibbutz. Oh my God, that's so good. I'm gonna use that.
you can't practice until you get your license. I lived in the state of New York. So what do? Well, it turns out that the dental society, they had a relationship with the kibbutzim in Israel for the dentists. When they finished dental school, they too can't practice. So they volunteer to go to Israel. And my sister and brother-in-law were dentists, and they did that. So when I was a dental hygienist a few years later, I decided I'd like to do the same thing. And so I wrote to certain kibbutzim, and I got a response, and I went to Kfar Menachem. It's a Canadian, it started as a Canadian kibbutz.
I have a lot of friends. I'm kidding. I have no idea.
Anything for a free ride, huh? A free trip to Israel.
The reason why I brought up Israel, and Alan, I wish I could see your face. How is it that Israel was able to inoculate their whole country? We are the most annoying, bitching, geschrying people, right? We're
Yes.
suspicious of everything, especially a new scientific thing, right? I mean, if anybody was going to be a tough population to crack, it would have been Israel. But they do it, bing bang boom. It's amazing. I wish I wish America could see how the Israelis did it. Don't you think?
Yeah.
But we are much larger, In the United States, we have much more people.
Yeah. Sometimes we do jokes. We just
We have a lot more ignorance too.
Right.
There's no fact checking, Barbara, in my jokes. I'm just. But anyway, that was just a thought. I have been with my husband every day for a year. And
Still married, huh?
still married. And, and I was, as Alan will tell you, I was a comedian that was on the road 20 weeks a year.
Oh wow.
So this is the most amount of time I have ever spent with him. And I want you to know something, Mark. When I look at my husband, I remember that day that I walked down the aisle and I put my things in the overhead compartment and I went to work far, far away. COVID marriage is fascinating. I've noticed the filter's gone. I don't know about you, Alan. It's just gone. We had a fight the other day, and then he gets into bed with me, and I wanted to be nice, and I said, well, I know I'm not your favorite person right now. And he punches the pillow, and he says, you are my favorite person. That's how pathetic my life is right now. And only a married person or a person that was married knows that was as much a compliment as it was an insult.
Seriously, yeah.
It's so
You
crazy.
either do this or you do COVID babies.
Yes, or you do COVID babies. We're too old for COVID babies, I have two kids. I have a daughter, and I have a daughter from my first marriage because I like souvenirs, and and then I have a son from this marriage because I lost a bet, and yeah. Who knew Joe Pesci was not in any of the Godfather movies? It just seemed.
Oh, they were.
But what's interesting is there's a very big age difference between my kids. I had my daughter when I was 22, and I had my son when I was 42.
Wow.
So yes. And if you ask my daughter how she feels about it, she will tell you, my mother's such a control freak. She had her own grandchild. And then my son heard about this and he got very upset. He goes, but wait a minute, Mom, when I have kids, you'll still be their grandma, right? And I was like,
Oh no.
if I remember who you are. If I remember who you are, but I'm trying. Listen, I want to be around for these grandchildren. I'm taking care of my health. I'm staying on top of every doctor's appointment. I recently went for a mammogram. Have you ever gone for a mammogram?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Paul, have you ever gone for a mammogram?
Not recently.
You don't know what you're missing. It's the best. Am I right, Sharon? It's the best. I told my friend, I said, I have to go for a mammogram tomorrow. She goes, did you prepare? I said, it's homework for a mammogram? Oh yes. Every night before I have a mammogram, I stick my boob in the refrigerator door and I slam it.
I got.
Did you get your wife dinner, Eric? Yes, you gave her the dinner. Oh, that's so sweet. What did you get her?
Udon noodles.
Oh,
Yummy.
You're the best husband.
Yeah.
I am married to the man who will not throw anything out. Anybody else have this?
I
I
never.
used to.
I don't know.
Threw him out.
You threw him out.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm going to make an announcement. If anyone here has a 1994 Motorola phone that needs to be charged, I have the charger.
Got the charger. Oh.
We live in a little apartment in New York City, and behind every door in my apartment is a piece of wood, like a plank or a 2x4. And I said to my husband, can we get rid of this wood? And he goes, you can't throw that out. That's good wood. I said, what? You don't throw wood like that out. That's good wood. I said, good wood. What are you going to build a deck on the fire escape? Good wood.
Good wood.
Shoes. We don't even have tools. What do you need
Oh
wood?
my God.
And then you gotta buy it. You gotta buy the tools to make a birdhouse.
Yes.
You can
That-
put that out on your deck.
yes, but he would spend 4 years picking out the drill. Um, but listen, I am glad that I'm married. I wouldn't want to be single. I have a lot of single friends right now that are dating, and I see all they're going through. Although, I'm a little jealous. You know about all the young people with their apps. They
Yep.
all have apps.
Yeah.
I don't have apps. I had no apps. I
have
can't
app.
help but wonder. I don't know if you ever think of this, Eric, but if I had the apps and Spanx, I might have done a lot better than I have. I mean, you might be talking to, Corey Gates or Corey Zoom if I had the app. That's the truth.
Dating is not fun.
Dating is not fun. Are you dating?
I gave it up.
You gave
I
it
gave
up.
up the internet. It was in a bad.
Well, I'm trying to think of like what I can leave you on. I will tell you I told you I went to the doctor, and
Yes.
it used to be you told your kids work hard, become a doctor, become a lawyer. I'm married to a lawyer, which I know sounds great. I married a lawyer, but I didn't marry the cutthroat, ruthless, give me all your money lawyer. I married the pay me what you can. I just whatever you can. I just want to see justice served lawyer. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? You get it? Eric, it's like I'm sleeping with a rock star, but he's in a Christian band. All right. Nobody wants.
Yeah.
But used to be you tell kids, study hard, be a doctor, be a lawyer, but I don't think that works anymore. My husband said, should we put our son in soccer? And I said, soccer? No, put him in. I want him to do hooray for hedge funds. That's what I want him to do. I don't want to take any because I went to the doctor recently. I went for a regular lady checkup, and I mean, I have insurance. I mean, it's a second marriage. Fool me once, all right. And I saw what the insurance paid my doctor to look under the hood, to look at the lady parts. $17. Could you imagine, Martin? $17 to look under the hood. Could you imagine? I couldn't understand how a doctor could. I felt so bad for the doctor. How is a doctor going to make their living on $17? I mean, I could understand if we're talking about a 22-year-old, the JJ, then $17. Like Ariana Grande's private party, $17. It's probably still under warranty, but this, you need a trained eye for this.
Maybe
But you got extended warranty, you said.
Yeah, 17. Yeah, I'm telling you, they don't make parts for this anymore. Right?
Oh man.
I mean, when this came off the assembly line, bumpers could still take a hit at 25 miles an hour. I'm just saying, it's it's a classic. What I have. I mean, some people call it a collector's item. My husband calls it a collector's item.
You sure you're not going to get the balance of the bill?
So I'm going to get it appraised. I'm going to take it to Antiques Roadshow, Barbara. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
It's a classic, and I know what's going to happen. They're going to be like, how many owners? And then there were two owners.
Ooh.
There were two. Okay, there were other drivers. I won't.
Oh,
shout
no.
out. There were other drivers, and but if they ask me if it still runs, I'll say it runs. Yeah, whenever the MasterCard bill comes, it runs. It's funny. None of you are living in New York right now, is that right? Well, except for Eric. Eric, you have kids?
Yeah, too.
Too. So, Eric, you may be the only one here who knows how expensive preschool is in Manhattan, in New York City.
Yeah, well, the universal pre-K.
Well, you have pre-K, but I sent my son to preschool even before
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And also, my son is now 16, so we didn't have it then.
Yeah.
But listen, I know it's rude to talk about money, Mark, so I'll just tell you this. Preschool is so expensive. I happen to own a $28,000 macaroni necklace.
Whoa. Bring that to Antique
I
Roadshow.
thought when you write a check that big, these people would be so grateful. No, I found out they were not. I got a phone call the first week of school, and I picked up the phone, and the woman said, "Yes, hello. This is Mrs. Schron." And I was like, "Mrs. Schlong?" It's what it sounded like. So we started off on a bad note. My fault. I said, "May I help you?" She said, "Yes, there was an incident with your son today. He said F in front of the whole class." And I said, "Well, That was part of the alphabet when I was in school.
I gotta remember that one.
He says, well, I have your application here and I see that you're a comedian. And we hope at Road of Sholem Preschool that that's not the way parents talk at home. And now, by the way, you've spent, I don't know, 15 minutes with me. Do I use that kind of language?
Never.
Oh, no,
I do not.
never. Just
Mrs.
about JJ.
Mrs. Schron pushed me a little. And I said, all right, listen, Mrs. Schlong, I hope you don't think I'm an A or a B.
Mercy.
But you know what? You need to lighten up some. Sounds like you could use a good F every once in a while.
All right. Thank you so much, Cory. Woohoo. Let's hear it for Cory. Thank you.
Come back again. He's great.
Yes. We're gonna keep her. We're gonna bring you back again.
Yes.
Actually, Cory, don't go, because we play a game every
Yes.
week.
You want me to join you on the other platform to do that, or can I stay here?
If you can, join me on the other platform. Go ahead, jump quickly while Ryan here is setting up everything. Okay? Go ahead.
All right.
I'll wait for you there.
She was hilarious. Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
God.
Gosh, she has such great timing. Such great timing. That's
Yeah,
great.
She's
Well-
super funny. Well, you've been with her on a cruise. I've been with her on a cruise a few times.
Yes.
She
yes.
kills.
Kills.
She kills. There
Absolutely.
she's joining. There we go. Cory's here. So let's bring her in. Cory,
All
you will
right.
have to put headphones on, otherwise we're gonna get that horrible sound. Yeah, put them on. Take your time. In the meantime, Ryan, why don't you explain everybody the game, a Liars Club that we play
Oh.
every week? Go ahead.
Yes, it is that time again for Liars Club, also known as Two Lies and a Truth. And this is what we're going to do is give you a word that is very uncommon, a word you've probably never heard in your life, most likely, and certainly a word you've never used or infrequently used, that's for sure. And we're going to give you 3 definitions of that word, and only one of us is telling the truth about the definition. The other 2, well, we're just full of it.
Okay.
So,
I think Cory has headphones. Let's check if it works. Hey,
Well,
Cory.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We got you loud and clear.
We
All
got
right.
you this time.
We
Let
are-
me just adjust you a little bit. Let's see here. And okay, so today's word, and we are up to the letter V.
yes.
That's the word. So, Cory, would you like to say the word, how you pronounce it?
Well,
How do you pronounce
I think it's very apt that I'm here for the letter V because, you know, I have a Model V.
A classic.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
It's a
Yeah.
classic.
The word is vaximulgus.
Very good. And Ryan, would you like to start? What's the meaning of vaximulgens?
Yes, well, vaximulgens, if any of you have ever been to a winery or even to a brewery, this is a word that's commonly used in those worlds. And what it is every time they have a barrel, basically, you know, a cask, they call it, when you reach in there to draw out wine or beer, the act of doing so is a vaximulgens. So there's a lot of vaximulgens going on in testing, and they're testing the different years and samples and all the brews. So vaximulgens is essentially drawing out wine or beer out of that cask.
I saw a lot of vaximulgens happening in Spain and other parts in Europe, in Germany, where they drink right out of the barrel.
Oh, really? Okay, well, that's more like a vacuum.
I don't know.
Vaximulgens.
But
All
yeah,
right, so
Cory is not convinced, and nobody's really believing what you're saying, Ryan. They
people
know
are
you by now.
absolutely convinced. No, they don't know me by now. All right, what say you, Cory?
Well, I mean, vaximulgens is very timely right now. You know, as a person who went on cruises and worked on ships, I had to constantly get vaccinations. Matter of fact, the last cruise I did,
was so low class. I don't want to say the name, but it was a Norwegian cruise line ship. And all I can tell you about this cruise, the couple that were in the cabin next door were having an amazing vacation. I mean, the sounds coming out of that room. Every night I was like listening. I could hear the woman. She was like, give it to me. Give it to me. She banged on the wall. Give it to me. So I couldn't take it anymore. I just banged on the wall. I said, give it to her. We passed each other on the way to breakfast the next morning, and I found out they were fighting over the remote.
Okay.
Anyway, so on cruises, when you go to certain foreign countries, they require you to get vaccinations. And one year it was like a crazy year. I went to India, I went to Africa, I went to Vietnam, and I had to get yellow fever, pertussis, typhus, and tetanus. And I came back to the United States and I got a flu shot and I had a really bad reaction. And the doctor said, well, what's been going on? And I mentioned to him all these vaccines, and he says, when you've had too many vaccines, you can reach a state of vaxemulgence. And just as a bonus, why do you think they do those shots, the COVID shots, 4 weeks apart? So vaxemulgence is an excess or too many vaccines.
Okay. Well, it sounds very convincing what you're saying. It kind of makes sense. And I also got those shots when, I'm sure Ryan also, when he went to Vietnam and all those countries, but it's not that. It's not that,
Yeah,
Cory.
yellow
You can
fever.
be convinced. Huh?
Yep, yellow fever.
Yeah, we got
shots.
it.
Yeah.
But it has
HPV.
nothing to do with that. Let me tell you what it is. I was born in Argentina. I grew up in Israel, but I'm Argentinian, and I speak Spanish. So vac is from vaca, which is cow. Okay? And mulgens is to extract. So basically, what do you extract from the cow?
Ribeyes.
Mulgens?
Milk. So basically, it's cow milking. The action of milking. And by the way, we discussed about kibbutz. I used to live in a kibbutz Bachan, and I actually worked with the cows, and I was vaximulgence away. We had 400 cows over there, and we were sticking those automatic things in the cows, and they were like pop, 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 and pumping, milk. It was a vaximulgence factory. So that's what it is. It's cow milking, extracting milk from the cow. So now the audience, by the way, we have a very knowledgeable audience, and they will know that I'm telling the truth. So let's put the poll up and let's see who they believe. So launch the poll. Go ahead, guys. You should see on your screens the poll. Ryan, you're not allowed to vote. Cory, you're not allowed to vote either. Go ahead, everybody. Start voting. Okay. So we have only 5 of you voted. Go ahead, vote. Listen, Cory, you've been super funny. For those of you who want to follow Cory, we put your website on the chat, on the Zoom chat. And we're going to also put it on the YouTube description if you're watching a rerun of the show. Cory, you want to say your website while they voting?
Yeah, it's CoryKahaney@gmail.com.
Very good. And people...
Very complicated.
Yeah, Kahaney can be, well, you know.
Yeah, I know. Kahaney with a Y.
Yeah.
There.
Hey,
There we
Alan,
go.
cow milking is missing from your list.
Yeah, you don't have the cow there.
Oh, it did an update. So C is mine. C is mine. Okay? Sorry about that.
I saw it there.
I actually, B is the cow, is mine. Too many vaccines is actually Cory. I'm sorry, we edited right before the show. B would be the cow milking. I apologize. You see, Cory, what you do to me when you do a last minute change?
Yeah, but I wanted to tell the truth and you wanted to lie. So what could I tell you?
All right, so
I'm so confused right now.
I am confused too, but B would be the cow milking, And so just switch it around here. What too many vaccines would be C. So if you want too many vaccines, you vote for C. If you want cow milking, you vote for B. Just switch it around between B and C.
But you have to put it back up.
Okay, let's end the poll and let's relaunch the poll. There you go. There you go. Vote again. So now you know. I cannot edit it now live, so now you know that B is cow milking. B is cow milking, and C is actually Cory.
It's not going to matter because they're all going to choose A anyhow. So I don't know why you're spending so much time.
Oh, now that they know what's cow milking, they're voting for me. This is actually kind of a tight race. Normally, it's like one all the way top, one the bottom. Cory, I know you have to go, so let's do it quick. Yes, Cory has a show. Come on, people, vote. Only, okay, 75 voted. All right. We'll give one more chance. And there we go. We end the poll. Share results. And here are the results. Believe it or not, Cory was the most convincing one. 5 people voted for you, Cory.
Yes,
4 voted for
it's
me.
in excess of Maxine's.
All right.
Yes.
On the count of 3, the person telling the truth is going to raise his hand. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Told you.
No
I was
way.
telling the truth. It is cow milking.
Cow milking.
No
Are you
way.
kidding me?
No
I
way.
didn't even know it. I didn't.
It
even
is
know it.
You guys,
extracting
it
milk
was
from
a
the cow.
pleasure. I'm going to
Cory,
have to say
thank you.
night.
You were really great.
I'll see you next time.
We love you, Cory. Thank you.
Come back.
Bye, Cory. Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right.
What happened to my
There you go. You can disconnect, Cory. Appreciate it.
Wow.
Okay, that was finally. We got you. Finally, we managed to fool you. I mean, some of you. Still, some
Yeah.
of you voted for me, which
I got a few.
yeah, you got 3. It's
Yeah.
okay. Probably one of them was you.
It wasn't though.
No?
I promise I didn't.
Okay. All right, before we get to your part playing, which we're really looking forward,
Yeah.
I just want to announce to everyone, since we are starting to get more busy, not only with the baby at home, but also at work, and also, Ryan, I know that you are a busy guy, not only playing the piano. So we are going to start doing the show every other week. Oh,
Oh.
yes.
That's the beginning. Did you have a baby girl or a baby boy?
Baby girl, her name is Maya. Yes.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Mazel
you.
tov.
Thank you so much. So next week, we don't have a show. The week after, we are back with an amazing entertainer. So please check it out. Every week, you can check it out. It's happy hour. It's alanchamba.com/happy hour. It's on the screen right there. So join us, not next week, the week after. So every 2 weeks. And tomorrow, if you have a chance, please come support a good cause, helping homeless children. Have a roof, somebody to support them, and stay at school. So that's the idea. Ryan,
Right.
what do you have for us?
Next Wednesday is my birthday, so now I don't get to play Happy Birthday for myself.
Oh,
I didn't know. Thanks, Alan. It's all right.
this,
We can
but
celebrate.
it's
in
pathetic
2
to
weeks.
play Happy Birthday for yourself. You don't want to do that.
Oh, I'm not too good for it though. I will absolutely play.
We can sing to you.
No, I appreciate it. Now we can
We're
do it
gonna
next
skip
time.
that.
We'll do it next time. Yeah. So I got a couple of new songs here I wanted to fit in for you guys. There's a great song that I've been hearing on the radio quite a bit lately, and somebody was at the studio recently and requested it, and I hadn't known the name of this song. It's called "You Are the Reason," and it's a new song, and a few people have covered it already, but kind of a nice romantic song. I hope you enjoy it. right. Thank you very much. I don't know if you guys recognize that song or not, but I do like that song now. And I wanted to fit in a great Queen song here. This is a song that very, very famous in the world, of course. It's called Don't Stop Me Now. Hope you like it. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, thank you.
All right, Ryan, that was awesome. I love that song.
Yeah.
One of my favorite songs. I love almost everything from Queen. So
Me too.
Yeah, that was a good ending.
So good.
All right, it was a great show. We had so much fun with Cory. Thank you for joining us. If you're joining on YouTube or Facebook, give us a thumbs up, maybe a comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can be notified every time we go live. Thank you for joining again. I will see you in 2 weeks, April 7. Super fun show as always. Ryan, take it away.
Thanks, Alan. Good night, everybody.